am here today with Jack, and Jack is a Lutheran out at Lanier Village, but you've been coming to the Episcopal services out at the village. And Jack, I would like to hear in your own words why you feel a part of this grace community.
Well, I think that I was raised in a church family, and my mother forced me to go to Sunday school, and I was confirmed in the church, and church has been a part of my life as I grew up. I followed it as best I could when I was in the service, but
What branch of the service were you in?
I was in the Army, and in Korea. And I married a lady who had been a Lutheran since she was born, and she nicely convinced me that I should become a Lutheran. Although the church that I did belong to was almost a Lutheran church. It was one of those second dioceses that, like you were talking about this morning, and it had been a church that split from the Lutheran church. And so I had no trouble at all converting back over to being a Lutheran because that was what my wife liked. We had 4 children. We had, all of them were baptized. All of them were confirmed in church. And that has been our family life. And when we made the move here to Lanier Village, we knew, or we tried to assimilate into the Lutheran church here in town, and did well with it. She was comfortable there, and I was comfortable there. And the liturgy between the Lutheran church and the Episcopal church is quite similar. I've noticed that many of the things that we used to sing in the Lutheran church are worded here, and perhaps that's the way it should be, but neither way, we all find a way, whether we sing it or whether we say it, we love God and what He represents, and that's. And my wife and I stayed with the Lutheran church until her health got to the point where she just couldn't sit for an hour and a half.
Sure.
By the time you get there and get comfortable, and then the walk up for communion, this became a problem for her. So we decided to try the Lutheran church here at Lanier Village and see how it went.
You mean the Episcopal church?
Excuse me, you're right, it is the Episcopal church.
That's okay, that's an easy mistake to make.
And we just liked it. We liked you and your presentations. We liked Stuart and his attitude and his friendliness with people, even if he didn't know them, and he just made us feel so at home. So we tried to be here twice a month is when you're here, and we enjoyed the church very much. And when she passed away, I could have gone back to the Lutheran church, but I chose instead to be here with other people who I am friendly with. It's just like a church here. For me, it is anyhow. I know almost everybody that's here, and they know me. I've been here now 17 years, and so.
And we were honored. We were honored when you asked us to officiate at her service.
Oh, and we were very grateful for that. Very grateful. Yes.
Well, your story is so dear because it honors grace, that you found a liturgy that was familiar to you, a community that felt at home, and we have been blessed by your presence, and we were blessed by her presence. I remember the little bug jewel she would wear on her shoulder.
Yeah, on the shoulder, that was her trademark.
Yeah, it was her trademark.
Yeah. And she enjoyed the service here too. She really did.
I could tell. I could tell.
but that probably, well, you deserve a lot of credit for that.
So do you consider yourself a Lutheran now?
No, I have thought about asking you a couple of times, what do I have to do to join the church?
Oh my goodness, thank you for asking. As it so happens, I can give you a handy form and we can take care of that, Jack. I was not expecting that, but thank you. We'd be delighted to welcome you in. And because you bring up an interesting point, because you are coming from a very similar ethos in terms of sacramental understanding and liturgical understanding, we don't actually confirm you again. We simply receive you, and we receive you as in the fullness of your confirmation, in the fullness of your baptism, and we receive you as part of the same family. And so
I would like to do that.
Well, what a surprise story this has become. Thank you, Jack. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for